Ya la la la, ya la la, la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la 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 la. Yeah, lie, 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 lie. Boker Tov, good morning. We continue to work our way through Shema, and this morning I would like to reflect further on the question of how we act with love, what it is to love. Yesterday we spoke of the question of commanding love. This morning I want to focus on the text that speaks of how we love. B'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha. So we chant it. B'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha. Now this is usually translated, you should love God with all your heart, b'chol levavcha, with all your soul, b'chol nafshecha, u'b'chol me'odecha, and with all your might. But heart, soul, and might probably doesn't constitute a very accurate translation. For us, when you hear love with all your heart, this implies with feeling, with emotion, because that is what the heart stands in as a metaphor for in our culture. The heart is associated with passion. So to love God with all of your heart would be to bring emotional fervor, passion to the task of loving God. But in biblical times, the heart, levav, was seen much more as the seat of the intellect than of emotion. Think of biblical heart referring more to what we think of as brain or mind. So to love God in the original context, b'chol levavcha, with all your heart, was to love God with your mind, with your intellect, to commit to showing love through a life of learning that leads to sacred action. Nefesh, soul, to love God with all your soul, that means something different for us than it did for our biblical ancestors too. We tend to associate soul as a part of us that outlives the body, as a kind of divine or sacred spark that is somehow the metaphysical essence of who we are. We are souls that are just housed in bodies. But this notion does not exist at all in Torah. This understanding of soul comes from the Greeks, who spoke of the soul as the psyche, as a thing that was different from, purer than, and more true than the body. This becomes a huge theme in Christianity, which picks this up from the Hellenistic world and leads ultimately to this notion of kind of dualism of soul being good and pure and body being corrupt and the source of evil. But in the biblical text, soul doesn't carry any of that baggage. The word nephesh, which is one of the biblical words for soul, is something more akin to life force or breath. There is nothing uniquely human about having a nephesh. Every animal, literally everything that breathes in Torah, has a nephesh, has a soul in this sense. So to love God b'chol nafshecha, with all of your soul in the biblical context, is to feel and express your love through your body, with your breath, through your connection with all other living things that are embodied and that breathe. Finally, b'chol me'odecha. This is the hardest of the three to translate. It can mean strength or might, as it is translated. Literally, it is with all your veriness, your very something, being, sense, essence, your veriness. But that's pretty vague. So Rashi, in his commentary, makes it much, much more complete. Rashi says, B'chomel odecha means with all your possessions, with all your money, with all that you own. I like Rashi's reading. Long ago, a colleague told me when I was looking at jobs and communities that if you want to see what a congregation really values, and this is true for not just congregations, but households, nonprofits, even businesses, you don't look at their mission statement. Mission statements can be contrived, they can be very, very far from the reality of what an organization really values. They're what they claim to value and maybe aspire to value. But if you want to see what an individual or organization really values, look at its budget. Look where they put their time and their scarce, precious resources. That's how it is with all of us. Our true loves, our real passions, what we care about most, what drives us in the world, all these things are revealed in how we allocate our time and our resources. So if you claim to love God, or if you claim to love your family or learning or anything else above all else, but in fact you spend most of your waking hours trying to get rich, you love money more than you love God, no matter what you profess to love. So with all of this in mind, let us reflect. How do I love and serve the Holy One with my mind, with my intellect, with my ability to reason and make choices? How do I show love in the choices that I make? How do I love and serve the Holy One with my embodied life force, with my breath, which connects me to all of the divine creation? And how do I love and serve the Holy One with my time, with my money, with my material resources? How do I allocate my scarce resources in a way that is holy, that demonstrates love of the Most High? Reflect on these things and reflect on the question of how might I change my priorities in what I love, at least for today. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. We'll end with the counting of the Omer. First, a couple of things. Tomorrow, Friday night, hope you'll join us for our Kabbalat Shabbat. We'll be combining forces with Chavurah B'Yachad in Salt Lake City, so it's an opportunity to maybe learn some new tunes, meet some new people, make some new friends, and expand our horizons as we celebrate Shabbat together. I want us this morning and through this day to hold in our hearts for healing Max Strunk Garcia. Max, we're thinking of you out there and offering our prayers for Refuat Nefesh or Refuat Guf, for healing of body and for healing of soul. B'toch shar choyam Chai Yisrael hashtabag alav azman kariv v'nomar amen. Eternal One, may you bring healing of body and soul and of spirit to Max and to all in our congregation, to all in our community, to all who are in need. And let us say, Amen. Our Omer, today we are focused on Malchut Shebiyasod, on nobility within bonding. Rabbi Jacobson says, bonding must enhance a person's nobility. It should nurture and strengthen your dignity and the dignity of those with whom you bond. So let's reflect on how our bonding might reflect and enhance dignity. Boker Tov.